Well, from my experience, we can distinguish between big and small companies. For bigger companies, there is not such a huge problem because they have a lot of people, a lot of employees, a lot of workers, a lot of skilled workers from hard and soft skills. So because they have this big pool, they can send those workers to different events, like, I don't know, to universities, to workshops, to different other events that universities and research organizations organize. And they also can send those workers to those companies, to other companies that have best practices, where they can learn directly from other companies, from those best practices. So they have enough people, they have skilled people that can pull these new technologies, take these new technologies and follow and do what is necessary. For smaller companies, I see a much bigger problem, especially SMEs, for example, because they don't have such skilled workers, they don't have so many workers. And also those workers that they have, they are busy every day with different jobs, and they don't have even capacity to go around to attend different workshops and conferences and so on. So what they do, they usually, as far as I know, they usually hire skilled professionals from consultant companies, from universities and so on. They give them workshops, they give them education, they give them different, I don't know, advices how to work, how to implement new technologies, how to go further, and how to increase this productivity. Of course, also they work together with universities as the same as big companies. The problem is they don't have enough capacities to absorb this knowledge from the university, because they must have on their side also skilled people that can absorb this knowledge, both hard and soft skills. And because they don't have enough workers with skills, the problem that I see here is sustainability. Because if they want to implement new technologies, if they want to raise productivity and so on, they must have this sustainable process. And this is the problem that appears here. What I think is also that small companies have problems with financial means. Bigger companies are enough for themselves. They have enough money, and smaller companies, they rely very much on state aids, on European funds, and so on and so on. And here again, they need skilled workers, and this is the problem that I see. Also, what I see here as a problem is not only skills, but also competencies. Not only bigger companies, also smaller companies, especially smaller companies, don't realize what competencies are. They don't realize that they have to develop this competency development program. And this competency development program requires, again, new skills, external help, consultant companies, universities, and so on, that first they define what these competencies are, what competencies they need, and also then to develop this competency development program. Here I think digitalization and smart factory technologies could help a lot. Why? Because with these new technologies and digital approach, workers can get a lot of information and transparency of all production processes and all processes that go on in the company, not only production processes. But for production processes especially, because with the help of these digital technologies, they can get help, I mean, they can get instructions, work instructions, how to work, how to follow each step, and because of this they can be more efficient, they can work better together, and so on. But this is only one thing. New technologies are not enough. If they want to implement new technologies, if they want to get better teamwork and so on, They must know these technologies, they must understand these technologies, and they must know how to use them. I think this is very important also here. And here, besides these technologies, also this competency that they can work in team is very important. Usually, not many people can work in team. Not many people can add some added value to teamwork. They are more individualized people. So here I think there is a problem. So how to do this? This competency must be brought to them up. So they must be trained in these competencies. And there we have globally, there are some proven, I don't know, proven concepts, proven tools, and so on. And one that I like very much is lean concept. Lean concept is very efficient, is cheap, includes all workers. So all workers work together and participate in this program or in this concept, and they get all information through this, because workers, if they want to work efficiently in a team, they must understand both sides. They must understand customer side, what the customer wants, what the customer requires. At the same time, they must understand all changes that follow these demands from customers on the side of their company. If they want to do that, they have to participate through workshops. They have to communicate, to discuss all those problems, and to give ideas. And when they give ideas, when they feel that they are heard, that the others listen to them, then they feel that they participate a lot. And at the same time, they take some more, how to say, I cannot remember the English word, I'm sorry. Responsibility, I'm sorry. They take more responsibility, and when they take responsibility, then they are more efficient, and then they can work also more in team. They are more reliable, and so on and so on. So this, I think, is very important. So this is one thing, lean. Another thing here is that lean, classical lean is not enough. Probably digital lean, what we call it when we combine classical lean and digital technologies together, could be here of great help, because besides classical lean and these tools that they use, they get immediately support from digital technologies, and they can see results from different simulations and so on. So if, I think, through lean, we can get really a lot, we can add a lot to this teamwork, and workers can get a lot. New organizational structures can be done very easily, very quickly, very fast, and with not so much money. And at the same time, I think that workers get better working conditions. They deliver more in less time, so they don't need to do extra hours, and they are even stronger than in teamwork. They are more willing to cooperate in such way. I think here the social dialogue is very important indeed, because through social dialogue, all participants get the transparency of all processes that are going on, all different changes, and so on, all disturbances. They know these disturbances, they know what is going on, and that's why they are willing to participate. I think this is very important, inclusion of all participants. But what I think it's even, or is of great help here in this social dialogue, could be digital technologies and simulations. We can simulate all processes in advance. We can simulate production processes, logistic processes, processes of, let's say, communication or influence between people, how they influence each other, predictive models we can do with such simulation, and so on. And why is this good for social dialogue? Because when we discuss about problems, we can see in advance, we can make this what-if scenarios, and we can see the results. And with the help of these arguments, we can discuss much better, and all participants can take part actively and can also be can see why these changes are necessary and how they should behave and so on. I think it's much easily in such a way, and the social dialogue could be much easier if we use this new digital technologies.